Let's look at the manual. Just kidding. I'm so damn excited. All right, let's hop right in with a new game. There we go. Damn it, that's gonna be a problem. New game. Fun fact, press select 5 times, or 3 times, and you can rename all the characters. I don't ever rename. I think the only negative, by the way, I can say about this game right off the bat is on my screen over here, it actually does not look good. I have it on the Wii U gamepad here, which that's horrifying to look at because you can see everything behind it. Because it's green. But I have it on the Wii U gamepad, so if you see me looking down every so often, it's right there too. Way to move these. Nope, still not the right button. I thought there was a way you could move those text boxes. Apparently I'm wrong. But hey, now we get to go on our own. Not that button. Certain areas in this game will just block you off if you try and go there. Wow, that's really nice that the text boxes are only really right where my head is. Might have to rearrange this. No, dude, you won't die. You'll live forever. Pretty standard RPG combat. But the backgrounds are really what make this. Shit's really in the way, isn't it? If I turn a little bit. Yes, we'll help Mom. And now we get to... there's a very little known fact that if you explore this house now, you won't be able to explore it later, because half the house doesn't exist later, so... There's not anything in here, I don't think. But it's always fun to just... You know, it's always fun to just go through places. Especially because I know they'll never see them again. Now, one other kind of negative about this game that I kind of realized in my research while I was getting ready to play it again. By research, I mean practice and actual research. I think it probably happened a lot as a child too, but there are times where you will be attacking an enemy and you'll have your whole party targeting one enemy. Well, if that enemy goes down while people still have attacks, they will defend. You just saw it there a little bit ago. Garrett won't retarget. He won't change his target. It's kind of annoying. Little kid has no idea what's happening. And now we get to go save Felix. Things that'll mess you up as a kid. Times like these, we men have to stand together. They're like 10 right now. Damn it, wrong button. Their music is just the best. The fight between the mystery man and the mystery woman. Oh, I got a critical right off the bat. Doesn't matter. They are way stronger than you will ever be. Now, as a child, I absolutely thought this was game over. And I had, like, failed. Yeah. I will be right back. I hit the button again. Sorry about that. Jenna's just over here so negative. Went to get help, but they found us unconscious. Queen of Puns, what's up? Doing pretty well. Kind of a melty day here. Snow came down really hard these last couple days, and now it's just all melting away. Playing my favorite RPG of all time. I keep forgetting that Isaac and Gang are like almost adults in these games. Mostly because this is one of the first times in an RPG I grew up playing an RPG where they were actually older than me. Pokemon for years had been, the character is like 10 to 13. So I was always older than the character. Dragon Quest was always, I think, teenagers for most of the hero. What else was there? Breath of Fire was all young kids. And now I'm in an RPG where they're 17 and 18, and I think some characters are older. So for me, being 27 now, that's kind of cool. I love the Wii U gamepad. Damn it, Garrett, you broke my roof. I worked hard on that. This is also one of those games where I feel like should I read all the dialogue? My answer is probably no, because this is I'm not sure. But I probably won't read the dialogue. Oh, I love Garrett's weird design. Garrett and Jenna join the party. Also, a little weird fact, if you come down here, her sprite is layered on top of you. Just fun little information, fun little things. And I think if you go in here, I thought there was, although there isn't upstairs. At one point, I thought if you came in the house, it reflected the fact there were holes in the ceiling. Maybe I imagined that as a kid. It's always possible. If you go over here, Garrett's sister's mad at him. Excuse me, people. Vale stays pristine because of Mount Elf's purity. Taint that purity, you risk terrible retribution. Also, I think this lady says nothing useful. Two of my favorite villains of all time. These two are the absolute best. Nope. No eavesdropping. Wrong button all the time. I really ought to disable that. Is there a way to? Ooh, pixel perfect mode. There. Alright, does that look any better? Looks a little better. Nope, you know what? I like smoothing. I'm gonna be that guy. It looks good smoothed. Totally forgot that was there. So fun fact, come back here. Gotta come back here. Come back here in the future. For that 100%. So you can say yes and no to options, and sometimes they don't. They literally don't matter. Also, Kraden has a giant soup pot. And Satoros and Minardi are gone. Not good, probably. Now, how much money? 310 coin. I sometimes like to do this. Sometimes it's not at the top of my list, but... sometimes when I'm playing this, I really like to go to the general store before I go into the first dungeon. And I like to upgrade at least one person's gear. Weapon dealer. Got long swords, short swords, maces, and wooden sticks. What do we have? Got 2 short swords and a wooden stick. The long sword will take most of our money, but it would be worth it to put it on Isaac right away. And then look, we get enough for another. And so sometimes you'll also get game tickets. These are very important for later in the game. Let's sell that elixir for... No, it's 22 coins. Not worth it. And then I'm also going to... travel vests? Yeah. Sweet. And we got enough for Garrett to get a travel vest. 20 coins left. And we've each got some padded gloves already. Okay. I like upgrading Isaac and Garrett first. They are way better offensively than Jenna. Jenna's great with magic, or synergy. So it's worth just kind of keeping her as is. He came out of nowhere. Darn, I thought that was right. %of the game is also doing this. Trying to sneak past people. I'll warn you in advance. This is the first time I've been here. Sorry, gotta text real quick. Okay. Okay, cool. Now, back to Mount Aleph / Soul Sanctum. I think this is still Mount Aleph. Not very mountainy. So now that we're older, everyone in the party has a little bit of synergy. Isaac can cast Cure at first level. And Garrett and Jenna can both cast Flare, which right now it's a multi-targeting attack that is just phenomenal. There are so many times I've gone through this where I forgot that they had this and just focused on smacking people with swords and rods, and it did not go well. It doesn't go poor, I guess. It just doesn't go well. Now, unfortunately, you can't change the targeting of 3. So, if you want to target all 3, it has to be centered on the middle. If you try and change your target, it doesn't work well. I love the icons in the background too. When they cast, like seeing Isaac hold his sword aloft and Garrett just kind of, you know, shoulder his weapon and hold up a mighty hand casting fire. It's beautiful. I have crafted many D&D stories and characters based on these characters. I am not ashamed to admit. If it works, it works. Probably should start using the D-pad more precise in the battle menu. Like, look at that. Those mushrooms destroyed. So you get these, first little gimmick is little gemstones and little minotaur reliefs that are missing eyes. You plop the jewel in the eye slot and exchange. Honestly, it's weird to say, but this is the most prepared I've ever been for any stream series. Just because this game is so close to my heart. just, I feel like I know every little thing, and then there's still things that surprise me. Things I don't know, things I don't remember. Of course we'll help the old crazy man. Why wouldn't we? Now I'm gonna go ahead and set something up here. That'll make it easier. You can set shortcuts to the L and R buttons for synergy. I'm gonna go ahead and set Isaac's move to L. So basically if we stand over here and hit the L button, we auto shortcut the ability. There is nothing in here. This room has always bothered me because I swear there should be something. You also don't have to use synergy to move those. You can just kind of walk into them. Alright, first we get to show off Isaac's new synergy, Quake. And we get to show off what happens in groups of 4. These basic intro synergies that we're using are very 3-oriented. So if you're in groups of 4, you have to kind of work around it. But then there's groups of 3, and it's just great. And Jenna grew to level 2. So this is kind of a class advancement system. Your characters are going to grow as... your character's going to grow through each battle, through gaining experience, but there's a secondary factor that helps characters develop and change outside of just the experience points. So experience points are going to be great because your stats go up, but there's more to it than that. What the heck is the thing? I know I say I know what I'm doing, and then I just forget what I'm doing. This room did give me the most trouble as a kid, just because of the winding paths. Yeah, see, that literally just took me... What's up, Panda? No worries. I started pretty late tonight, too. We've been moving very slow at our house today. Wife's not feeling too hot. I was tired. And I think we were watching Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars before stream, so that was going very slow, and I had to get some stuff out of the dryer as well, so don't even worry about it. I'm sorry to hear that you've been dealing with stuff. Hopefully it's something that's not going to impact you too much, but is going to work itself out. Or be able to be worked out. So one of these statues leads to a second room that has nothing in it, and then one of these is the way forward, and I think this might be the Amaze room. I call this the Amaze room because usually you run into just one of these enemies, which are called Amaze. and they are good to grind on. No, this is the way forward. But they're usually just groups of 1 in the Amaze room, so if you ever feel like you need to grind levels early on in Golden Sun, that's a great place. I'm sorry to hear that. That does suck. There's no getting around that. Then this stuff happens. It's really cool. Just some of the best music in the game. Well, hey, trying to distract yourself and stay upbeat, this is the perfect place to do that. We like to stay pretty upbeat here. Pretty positive. Also, I'm sorry if like the text is hard to read. I'm really trying to not speed through this because I know what's being said, but also the text is already really, really fast in this game. Like, it doesn't go slow, and then if you hit A, it speeds up, and then it continues. It's like, it's done. But what I do like about the text in this game is they mimic it with like sound, so it almost feels organic, like especially when Kraden leapt up and said good and then continued speaking. Like, what? It just feels like it's people talking, even though it's clearly not. Who doesn't know what's already said in this game though, Panda? You'd be surprised. Almost 100% of the people I know in real life have never played Golden Sun, or they played 5 minutes of it and said, I don't understand what this is and I don't like it. If only they knew. If only they knew. And sure, I mean, this game isn't the game to end all games, but it's a good game. Unless I'm really stuck with nostalgia goggles. I've always wondered if that's the case, and that's why I'm really excited to be streaming it, because it'll be I kind of have played it recently. I only got to about a little bit of where I am now, but I truly think that this game, it does hold up. I think it's timeless. I think it is a great example of RPGs from their prime, before everything was hyper intense stories, and everything had to be like, world-ending cataclysms that were caused by one man or things like that. And I've always liked stories like that. You look at the Sephiroths, and you look at Bartandalus from Final Fantasy 13, and they make, they work. There's always a big god. There's always a big something, a big bad. But what I like about Golden Sun is you're not really fighting a big bad. It's more man versus nature. There's parts of the world, that, and it'll explain it here great in a bit, and I don't want to spoil it, but there's parts of the world that it's basically man versus nature. Oh, I forgot to show off what happens. Oh, I get so in my routine. Basically, if you try and move these statues before you drop the big statue in the hole, it sparks lightning down below and tries to kill Kraden, and he comes up and he's like, what did you do? Don't do that again. It's funny. I'm sorry, I totally blanked on that. I'll observe from the lunar room where it's safe. And then really cool, we'll hop over here real quick and show you. You remember this was a sun? This was a moon? I thought I could get it. Doing great with this whole synergy. Big bads are okay, unless it's Kratos versus the World Snake. It's not that epic. You know, that is what I heard about the new God of War. It was like... It's kind of a weird big bad. You like the unknown, mysterious enemies that are kind of symbols. I agree. I think those are the coolest. Like, oh, and there's that again. Now the sun is the moon and the moon is the sun. Huge symbolism there. But now I like it when the enemies are like, you know, the quote-unquote big bad is just like a dude. He's not a god. He's not stronger than everyone. He's not raised by, you know, raised to be the most powerful there is. It's just like, it's just a dude. That's why I liked No More Heroes for the Wii. That was a great game. So yeah, the Moon Room is also now, the Lunar Room is now the Soul Room. And then you go in the Soul Room, and it's switched to night. And there's this weird flash of light. Let's go! Wait for me! I'm on my way! Best music ever is coming up. This music is just so good. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think this came out before Kingdom Hearts. So, you know, this was pretty good video game music before the world of Kingdom Hearts came in and just stole the title. Uh-oh. I apologize, Panda. Go ahead and send me that link again. Oh, it wasn't even, you didn't even mean it as a link. Well, that's... Twitch really needs to figure that out, because, like, let me guess, it was something and you put a period and you forgot to put a space, or you didn't put enough of a space. That's just dumb. Yeah, go ahead and resend it. That'd be okay. My character does understand now. For the game you were writing up the story for when you were a kid, it had demon spawn that grows to be a monstrous being and unleashes terrible creatures. However, the real bad was just a scientist who lost everything and made the wrong deal. The thing you were fighting the whole time was someone trying to fight the science. Yeah! That's like an interesting story to me. You know, and the scientist, sure, the scientist might be the big bad, but why is this other person trying to stop him? Why are you trying to stop this other person? And then Kraden tries to be all cool and hip. Make the boys do it. Sir, I'll do it for old man Kraden. And now we have the mithril bags that we are to put the elemental stars in. So I think down here is, no, that's the last one. It goes in a really weird pattern. The scientist was your father, the character you play are brother and sister, and you wouldn't find out till the secret ending that the thing you were trying to stop was actually your father. Oh, that your father did was your mother came down against the rules of oh. I could get behind that. Sounds like an interesting game. And then, so in this, as you continue to gather the stars, certain platforms will raise up, making it easier for you to access the next one. The designer of this cavern clearly had it in mind that they wanted you to be able to, once you started, much like Pringles, once you popped, the fun don't stop. And you would be able to just continue getting the elemental stars when you started. Nothing would stop you. Nothing at all. Is it this one? Nope. I think I do this one every time too. That's right, it's this one first. And the Jupiter star. But it's oddly quiet. Oh, so the dad's involved too. Interesting. Right. I remember you said that. Father's a scientist. But I wasn't sure he was human. This was one of the coolest reveals, and it was so early. It was Felix. Oh, you had the whole series planned out. That's awesome. I feel like the Takahashi brothers had planned out more for the Golden Sun franchise, but we got Dark Dawn, and then the series has been quiet. Can I go more like... Can I scoot this way a little? Yeah, I can do this. Then my head disappears. Let me just... There we go. Girl, me too. I have been wanting a new game for years now. No, I don't like being that low. Ever since friggin' 2010, it's just been like heartache after heartache when the new games haven't been a thing. 2010, we got the DS game. After that, nothing. Guess we give them the stars. Fine, we'll bring them the remaining star, which is the Mars star, if you've been keeping track at home. I think this is cool, by the way. They all follow you. Suddenly, it all goes wrong. The all is lost moment. My elbow feels funny. My elbow feels strange. That's American Dad, right? You know what that is, Isaac? A rock. Yeah, it's one of like the 90,000 Seth MacFarlane shows that are out there. I watched the Cleveland show. I thought it was okay. 1 or 2 episodes were okay. The rest were just... Sorry, move my hand. They really ought to remake this for the Switch. This, the second one, Lost Age, and Dark Dawn, because Dark Dawn didn't hardly use the touchscreen for the DS, so it would be nice to have it remade. But when a bear doesn't get laughs, so Seth quits voicing him, the show was at an issue. Wait, Seth stopped voicing the bear? I didn't know Seth stopped voicing the bear. Isaac Garrett, don't die. The Mars Star. It's a pity that we have to leave it, but perhaps we'll be seeing it soon. I love him. I love him. I love him and I hate him. Also, I truly believe they were never intending on hurting Garrett, or not Garrett, Creighton and Jenna and all those guys. I don't think they were ever planning on it. Can't say bears don't get laughs because Ted worked. Yeah, Ted worked. Ted 2, not so much. Garrett, don't look now, but there's a giant rock. He voiced it till season 3, episode 10. Wow. But the show only had 4 seasons, right? Yeah, so clearly he voiced it and then just didn't care moving forward. Well, that's the problem. I feel like American Dad even is just doing the same stuff that Family Guy's doing. They both haven't really broken any new ground. As long as the 4 lighthouses remain unlit. All it had going for it was Cleveland. It's really bad when people try and make that the best part. Just Cleveland's whole claim to fame was falling in that one episode. The no. Yes, Garrett, the floating ice saved us. Alright, so you can either choose to run out or you can just use the retreat synergy. Unsponsored drinking. Yes, tonight's non-sponsor for the stream is Buble. I almost tried to say hi with that in my mouth. Hi. Retreat is such a good move. Don't feel like walking out of a dungeon? Retreat. Little bit in the bubbly. What does alchemy have to do with the eruption of the mountain? Everything. Garrett, we have to face this head on like men. We're nearly 17. Jenna and Creighton were with us, and now they're not. Good thing I didn't give Jenna any new armor or weapons. Cannot tell you how many times when I was young I did that. Just twice. I thought I could save her. I was wrong. So soft. Be soft. Like a cat. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to... not yet. No, Panda, don't try and trick me with that. There is not a way to save her. I read so many internet forums when I was a kid about, like, if you say no 99 times, something will change. Never did. Like you can save Aerith? Oh, Aerith. You can't save Aerith. The true sanctum. They are prisoners for now. I do think they can be saved. Will the volcano destroy Vale? Vale will be safe. For now. Nah, it'll be safe. Oh, glitching Aerith back to life? I think I do remember hearing that. But not like you can't legally truly keep her as a character. What's up, username 94? Golden Sun is so dope. Glad you found it. Now let's see here. There's gonna be a point where I'm gonna create a quick save point. Because you can actually game over. And it's really cool. It's really funny. And it's, let's see. Oh, sorry, my nose is itchy. Okay, so here's the point of no return. Create a restore point. Creating a restore point. Okay. Now, if I say no, nope, I don't want to save the world. And you just leave. You cannot take back the decision. And so the world began drifting towards its fated destruction. And the game's over. Speedrun any percent? No. Full playthrough. Full playthrough, 100%. Load my restore point. 100% Jin, I should say. 100% weapons is hard. Weapons and armor is just hard. But we're doing Crossbone Isle, all bosses, all Jin. To me, that's what I qualify as 100%. Does that rock dude look like a giant dingleberry? I always thought he looked like a big jawbreaker, like from Ed, Edd n Eddy, that old TV cartoon series. It just looked like, I don't know, it just looked so strange. He actually really didn't remind me of a rock. He reminded me more, I can't remember what almost looks like a beholder. But it was just so weird, because it's a giant rock with an eye that blinks. So he's not really a rock. Seek the elementals. The Jin. When I was a kid, I definitely thought it was Dijin. Like my favorite pizza. I actually don't have a favorite pizza, but it was a joke about DiGiorno. Dijin? DiGiorno? It's not delivery, it's Dijin. This is a bad joke. You always said it as Dijin. I mean, to be fair, this whole franchise was never one that had any voice acting, so the way I pronounce character names like Kraden and later characters like what was his name? Babby, B-A-B-I, Sheba, Satoros, I think Satoros for me at one point was Santoros, Satoros, Menardi, like, there was no voice acting ever for these games, so I think there's truly no wrong way to say these names. Except Felix. Felix is the easiest one out of the bunch. Maybe Ivan? Always thought this part was weird because there's like a dog that would run across the screen and there's another animal that runs across the screen. It's just really weird. Oh yeah, our mom's not here to send us off. Don't drink the water if it smells funny, and we got an single herb. I think as I grew up, this part got really sentimental because it's just like the fact that he's leaving his mother and doesn't know when he's gonna come back. Just really depressing. But we got these badass beads, and there's actually something to get in town. First off, let's see, where is he? This poor farmer here got a synergy stone jammed in his roof. I'll be back for that. As I mentioned, you can't go in here anymore. The door won't open. The force of the impact literally knocked it off its hinges and is barricading it. If you go up here, though, worth coming back to town because now we can use our new catch synergy to get a nut. There's a joke in there somewhere. A nut, by the way, heals like 50 hit points, I think. Really good if you take massive damage. What are we at coin-wise? Not really worth doing anything. There's that synergy stone if you need to refill. And we'll get this part done, and then we will call it a night, I think.
You're just the kind of fighter that I've been looking for. Won't you please take me along with ya?
And this is my good buddy Flint, the time detective. I mean the Venus Djinn. Look up Flint the Time Detective if you ever want a laugh, because that is some terrible 90s anime. I only saw it when I was in like early 2000s on Fox Kids WB. Sure, Flint, we'll take you with us. And now we get a tutorial, quick dossier on Jin. So some of the finer points of Jin, they have 3 modes. He's going to talk about all of this, but now we're about to set a Jin, which makes them active. And sometimes if you put enough of Jin on certain characters, things happen. For example, a Venus Jin on a Mars adept like Garrett changes his stats considerably. Changes his stats considerably and gives him access to the growth synergy, and he loses flare. Makes him more active with Earth affinity. And when they're active on set, you can unleash them in battle. And if they go on standby, you can use them to summon. As again, the game will now show you. Or force down your throat, rather. You can also see when you use a Jin and put it on standby, your stats go down. So the idea is to not use Jin all the time. And now that one is set, you can summon. Or one is on standby, you can summon. And right now we don't have access to the basic level 1 summon of Venus, which is so cool. And then when they are used to summon, they go to recovery, but you just walk around on the map for a little bit and they're fine. Oh no! And there is a help. Hurts the ears so much. All right, and we're going to set Flint. And we're gonna call it here for the night. Just because we're at a very good stopping place. Thank you everyone for coming out as we get into Golden Sun. Get into the fun of Golden Sun. We'll be back tomorrow for more Golden Sun, and then Wednesday for Cab Game Night. I will see you all next time. Thanks everyone for coming out. Panda, username 94, Queen of Puns for keeping me company. You guys rock. See you tomorrow.